500 words, Black Lives Matter. 3 weeks start to finish, unbelievable. Michael Underwood now has the winner of the 5 to 9 year olds.
That's right, the 5 to 9 category. Before I reveal who the overall winner of this category is, I thought we should get into what the judges thought, their final sum-ups of this winning story. So, Angelica?
Okay, yes, Mallory Blackman said this is a real gem of a story and is deeply, deeply rooted in reality. The last sentence is one of the best closes I've ever read. Francesca Simon, well done. Your story is sensational. Whilst it read like an essay, it created an engaging and amazing story. Then we went to Charlie Higson. Of all the stories we've read, this remained with me for a long time. It's incredibly memorable and is such an important piece of writing. And finally, Frank Cottrell Boyce, easily and by far the most accomplished piece of work in this category. A joy to read.
So, which piece of writing are we talking about? I can tell you that the winner of 500 words, Black Lives Matter in the 5 to 9 category is Sara de Jong with I Feel Out of Control! And I believe Sara is on the line now. Good morning, Sara.
Good morning.
Hey, how do you feel?
I feel excited and crazy.
Excited and crazy.
You go
Love it.
crazy, Sarah. You go crazy. Listen, your story was amazing. I mean, and like Mallory said, the last sentence was so poignant. Just tell us a bit, where did you get your inspiration from?
I got my inspiration from one of my mum's friends that lives in Minneapolis, and she sent lots of photos of where George Floyd died, and one of the photos was a mural, and I really like the mural, so I've chosen to base the story on that.
I mean, that is incredible.
It's absolutely amazing. It's absolutely amazing. And did you find it difficult to write the story? Did it take you a long time?
I found it quite difficult.
Yeah. Quite difficult. Well, quite difficult, but maybe because it was difficult, that's why you were able to be so eloquent with it and be able to put your thoughts out there. Do you think?
Yeah.
So how did your friends feel when they found out that you were a finalist? I mean, did you get loads of phone calls? Did family get in touch? What was the reaction?
Lots of my friends felt quite happy. Some of them felt jealous.
Oh. Well, that'll always happen.
Yeah, it doesn't change when you get older.
Don't let that bother you. It's a life lesson. It's a life lesson, Sara. But do you know what? I'm sure you were strong through it. And look now, how are they going to feel? You are the winner in your category, which is incredible.
Yep.
Yep. I love it. Listen, thank you so much. We are blown away by what you do. We've got some fantastic things lined up for you as well. You're going to be coming down here to Virgin Radio, spending time with the team. We're going to be taking you out. We're going to be working out exactly what we can do once these lockdown rules have relaxed. But we know it's going to be an amazing time for you. And of course, your story is going to appear in the 500 Words Black Lives Matter book as well. All of that and so much more.
Cool.
It is cool. That's
It's
exactly
so
what it is. Sarah, have a great day. We'll see you as soon as we possibly can. Congratulations. Now we have your story one more time on the actual radio, read by Mark Strong.
I feel out of control. George Floyd was killed in Minneapolis. A police officer knelt on his neck until he died. George Floyd was black. The police officer is white. People are marching to demand that it does not happen again. They are marching against police cruelty and against racism. I feel out of control. I'm so angry and sad. When I feel like this, I like to draw pictures. I find that it helps me to feel better. But today was different. I took my bucket of chalk and headed outside to start drawing on the sidewalk. I began writing George Floyd's name in big yellow letters when my neighbour Mohammed walked by. "I'm angry too," he said. He picked up a piece of chalk and started drawing figures of the protesters inside my bubble letters. While Mohammed drew, he shared his own stories of racism. My classmate Ping walked by. "I can't believe this happened," he said. and grabbing a piece of chalk, started drawing. Ping explained how the discrimination he and his family face has gotten worse with COVID-19. "I'm not a virus, you know," he said, as he drew a large sunflower onto the sidewalk. Mohammed and I nodded. We know. My neighbour Anna came by. Anna arrived in the UK some 20 years ago from Poland. "The world has become very scary," she said, as she bent down and made a summer sky with sweeps of blue and white chalk. "Some people broke all the windows at my son's grocery shop because of Brexit and wrote 'Go home' across the door," she finally whispered. Mohammed patted her hand. Kwame, my best friend from next door, came over carrying a list of people's names who also faced police unkindness. He took a piece of chalk and began writing their names inside Ping's sunflower. Terence Crutcher was killed by police, even though he had no gun and was no threat, Kwame explained, as he signed his name to the sidewalk. Mr. Crutcher's death led to protests in Tulsa. Eric Garner died after being placed in a strangling hold by a police officer. "He died because he couldn't breathe, just like George Floyd," Kwame said quietly. Breonna Taylor was shot by police while standing in her own apartment. Kwame wrote her name. Freddie Gray died in the back of a police van. He broke his neck. Kwame carefully added Gray's name. Together, Mohammed, Ping, Anna, Kwame and I drew, at the centre of our drawing, a picture of George Floyd. I drew the head, while Ping drew the eyes and nose. Kwame drew the ears and mouth, Anna the hair, and Mohammed the upper body. I proudly looked at the drawing we made. I knew that tonight's rain would likely wash away our drawing, and I knew that tomorrow morning I would likely wake up feeling again out of control and needing to draw. But for today, I said softly to myself, I can breathe now.